This is brought to you by channel IHB 1020, and I'm on the subject of it's proven that they're purposely sexualizing the black woman because they know in our script that it is the black woman who our script say put the black man back together and resurrect him. They know this before they constructed a Bible, before they constructed a Quran. That was a script that we had that said it was the black woman that put the black man back together. And they know this, so they're trying to do everything to prevent this from happening. And one of the ways to do it is to sexualize the black woman, because the black man would not defend the woman as much as he would if she wasn't sexualized. He won't do it. So it's a lot of information out there to sexualize a young woman. If you get this message, who knows, 5-10 years from now, I don't know. If you get this message, it's a lot of information, and don't get it confused or construed with women that love to dance. Because I be telling a lot of black women in America, y'all think y'all can dance, go to Africa and check out them African women. They can they can twerk, they can do some shit with their ass. Because that's been our heritage. It's been something, if you study African history, the black woman has been celebrating her shape for the longest. And one of the ways she celebrated is through dance. So I'm not talking about the twerkers. I'm not talking about that. I know women gonna twerk and dance. It might be some foul ways you doing it. But what I'm just saying that it's a lot of information without a doubt out there meant to sexualize the black woman. Meant to open the door for her catching as many bodies as she can catch. Knowing the black man is not gonna defend her for that shit. He's not gonna excuse her. Knowing y'all know that, if you get this and you done been in a relationship, you know a man can be out there fucking around doing a lot of shit, but let you try it. The relationship is over with. He can be out there, he can fuck your homegirl, fuck his homeboy, and the relationship is over with. But and I know you can say that's unfair, and I'm not saying it's fair, I'm just trying to show you, they know how men coming. They know how we coming. But it's trying to propagate, girl, if he can do it, you can do it. It's trying to open the door. Don't be in no rush to get in a relationship. Go find love, baby. Don't be in a rush to get in a relationship. Go find what you like. Wait till you fall in love. All that shit. Go study our history. And in our history, you would realize getting married had nothing. Love didn't have shit to do with it. It didn't have shit to do with it. That's some dreams chasing shit they gave us today. Chasing a dream of love, and you looking for this nigga that you love, not realizing you might love him for the first 2-3 years of the relationship, and you might hate him for the next 2. You're not realizing this shit. And while you going through these changes and you don't have no OG women to give you advice that this shit, what you gonna go through, you got less women that have been together a long time. So you got less women that can give you advice about sticking together. Because again, if we pay attention to one of the books they brought us in the story about Jesus, it says, he says to the children of Israel that the reason why Moses allowed y'all to divorce because of This is why I ain't really getting married, man. Because I know most women will find an excuse to escape marriage, to get a divorce. And religion has allowed her nowadays, it allowed her to escape this shit. But at one time, according to what the Bible says, Jesus said, at one time there was no breakup. Once you jump that broom, it's over with. You can't reverse this shit. And I know, through my research and through my study, I know how important the black woman is. I don't give a fuck, call me Captain Savior, I don't give a fuck. I know how important the black woman is to the black nation. So I know they stirring up a lot of shit to keep this shit going on. They stirring this shit up. And I know the church, with all this might and all this power it blocking, could take a stance. But why they don't take a stance? I know Islam, with all this might and all this power, can take a stance for the black woman. Take a defensive stance for the black woman, like I'm aiming at taking. The church could take a stance for the black woman. Why don't they do it? Because as far as I can see, they're working with the state. They know if we take this stance, the state gonna destroy us. They know it because the state has a habit of destroying everything that try to stand up against its power. Research history. The FBI is with that shit. This is why they attacked the motherfucking Black Panthers and all those sections that tried to stand up and fight the power. Because nigga, we got the power and you ain't gonna be able to do it. And I'm trying to show y'all, anybody any religion or institution that rise up, that try to get involved with, like Barack Obama said, social justice. He said, again, I'm gonna repeat it, I'm gonna try to explain to y'all, if y'all don't understand what he was saying, Barack Obama, any black person that gets some status, Oprah Winfrey, they can have peace with this status as long as they don't get too. He said as long as it's understood. Like, a motherfucker say, nigga, I'm gonna let you do what you do, as long as it's understood you don't cross that line. He said as long as it's understood you don't get too controversial with social justice, with the George Floyd situation. You can have that status, Oprah Winfrey, but try to get too controversial about the George Floyd situation. We'll show you, babe. The only reason why you got it, because we knew you'd be able to hold it down. We knew you would be able to walk away from this George Floyd situation and keep on pumping. You might talk about it a little bit, but you do not get controversial about it. So what I'm saying is, a lot of us got power. The church, Islam got power. Why ain't they getting controversial about the misinformation and the treatment of the black woman? Why ain't they standing up? And I'm talking about taking a power stance and saying, no more, man. Fuck this shit no more, because I know, just like they know, you can't give birth to a savior if you're not protecting the black woman. You can't give birth to a Moses if you're not protecting the black woman from misinformation. Information that will cause her to believe men ain't shit. How you can give birth to another Jesus if you believe Jesus is a real person and walked through earth? How can you give birth to another Jesus if in your spirit, if in your soul you believe a man ain't shit? You cannot do it. It's practically impossible. How you gonna do it? How can you give birth to somebody that's gonna raise up and defend you properly if in your spirit you believe a man ain't shit? But that's that misinformation. It's a lot of misinformation going on out there, black woman, that's purposely put out there to mislead you. Movies, scripts, I'm trying to show y'all, purposely being wrote to have you against the black man and have the black man against you. Have him not trusting you. It's a lot of bullshit out there, man. And you gotta watch it, young black woman. You gotta watch it. If you coming up, you gotta be real picky about what you watch. But I know a lot of y'all have the appetite that your mother passed down to you. Yeah, we had that appetite. That your mother, she might have grew up on Tyler Perry movies, and movies that's drama, that's painting the black man as a fucked up individual. So you end up with that same appetite. It's a lot of boys that grow up with a lot of bullshit ass appetite, and it's time as we're gonna clean up black America. And I know a lot of us think this is hard. Oh, it's hard, man. That shit ain't never happened. I done heard it. I used to say it. Unifying black people, it's hard, man. Come on, man. When you're dealing with God, they say, y'all believe in the book that say, with God all things are possible. But I'm saying, nigga, in the twinkling of an eye, we can do this shit. In the twinkling of a motherfucking eye, we can do this shit. But as long as you don't believe it up here, it can never happen. As long as you doubt it up here, it could never happen. Because again, I'm trying to tell y'all, the biggest threat to the world is black unification. And they trying to do everything to prevent black unification. Even give us books that's not opening the door for unifying. The Bible does not open the door for unification. Quran does not open the door for unification. All this shit here. Young black woman, you're gonna have to understand when you coming up. If you in your teens and you coming up, you got to watch yourself, because there's a lot of information out there meant to sexualize you. And when the more you get sexualized, the less protection you're gonna receive from the black man. Now understand, if you choose to be a hoe, that's your choice. I'm not knocking no hoe that choose to be a hoe and decide to get some pimping. That's on her. That's your choice. But I'm speaking of the black women who don't wanna go through that shit. Who don't want to take that walk. Because just like America's over there in the Middle East trying to stir up bullshit, saying the men over there in the Middle East and these Muslim countries are forcing these women to live like that. It's some women that's standing up that's saying, no, nigga, you wrong. That's a motherfucking lie. We want to be protected. We don't want to be hoes. We don't want none of this bullshit that you trying to give us. It's going on, but we don't know about that. So I'm speaking to the women that don't want to be sexualized. Or the women that didn't fail for it and realize these motherfuckers got me. They done got me outside like this, and I can't even get a goddamn man right now. I can't keep a man. A man don't trust me. I can't even be at my motherfucking mama house, chilling at my mama house without this nigga calling me hoes and bitches because he think I'm somewhere else. Because it's up here. It's up here in our head. And I be telling a lot of niggas, same way I tell a lot of women, a lot of the problems we have, most of it, with the black woman, or the black woman have with the black man is only in our head because they put it in our head. So I'm saying to you, young black woman, you gotta watch how you feed yourself, the spiritual food. You gotta watch it because according to the Bible, Jesus said, these words are spirit. And that is spirit. Words, when you talk, that is spirit. That's why some pimps, most pimps that's serious about pimping, they don't want their whole fuck talking to nobody. Bitch, you don't need to talk to nobody but me. Nobody but me. Have a nice day.